Alright, today we are going to go through improper partial fraction. Alright, improper partial fraction, let's go through the concept again. So, for example, when we have, let's say, 5 divided by 2, right? What will we get? We get 2.5. So we have 2.5. Right? So 2.5 is 2 plus half, not 2 times half. So what is the 2 here? This is our, later we will see that this will be our quotient. And what is the 1 here? Is the remainder. So I just write as R. Alright, okay, we can put Rx also. So, and then after that, the denominator is your divisor. Okay, and what is 5 over 2? That is your dividend. Okay, if you don't know what I mean, right? I'll write it out in something that's familiar to you. So you have this. This is your, so you write those that you know first. This is your quotient. Then this one is divisor. Okay, this is your dividend. And where will be our remainder? All the way at the bottom. All right, so you can take note of this. If it's improper fraction, we cannot break it into the 3 different cases. Okay, like what we covered last lesson. So we have to break it into a proper fraction using long division. All right, to factorize this, what must we do first? Okay, correct. Please remember the 3 steps. Step number 1, using guess and check. All right, we will have F2 equals to 0. Okay, actually we are not guess and checking, right? We are using the calculator, finding the factor first. What was the factor? The factor was x minus 2, right? Okay, using the calculator, we know that one of the factor is x minus 2. And then so we write F2 equals to 0. So x minus 2 is a factor. Okay, what's the next step? I will use compare coefficients. Okay, in case some of you want to try it. So what will be this term here? As squared plus bx plus c, correct? Because I have to have a cubic expression, right? So I will definitely have as squared plus bx plus c. Now, it looks very scary. Well, I must find a, b, and c. Not true. Actually, you know the value of a already. What do you think is the value of a? Must be 1, right? Why? Because I want 1x cubed. What? It must be a 1, right? I also know the value of c. What is the value of c? What do you think is the value of c? Yeah, what times negative 2 will give you positive 4? Now, negative 2. So what do I need to do? Only find the value of b. How do I find the value of b? Compare coefficient of, what do you think? X or x squared, either one. So we can choose. Which one do you prefer? Compare coefficient of? It doesn't matter, right? X also can, x squared also can. So let's try coefficient of x squared. All right. Okay. You want me to show you x also? Don't need. As long as we find b can already, right? Okay, so let's compare the coefficient of x squared. So coefficient of x squared is negative 3. If its coefficient of x will be 0. Okay, so in this case, since you are comparing coefficient of x squared, we have it as negative 3. So which one will give you x squared? This one? So we just choose those that will give us x squared. So which is b. Any more? Negative minus 2. Minus 2 here. And so we will have b equals to negative 1. And therefore, by factorizing this, we do the third step now. We write down the final answer. So x cubed minus 3x squared plus 4 equals to x minus 2, x squared minus x minus 2. And I will factorize this, x minus 2, x plus 1. And finally, I will have x minus 2 squared, x plus 1. Now, this is an improper fraction. How do I know that it's an improper fraction? The degree of what? Of the numerator is greater. No, you forget a word. Greater or equal. Yeah, if it's equal degree, it is also improper fraction. which means if this is power 5 and this is also power 5, it's still an improper. It must be greater or equal. All right, then to the degree of the denominator, then do a long division first. Okay, the one no choice already. So let's do a long division. Okay, and as the name implies, it is really very long. Okay, yeah, no pun intended, it's really very long because we have x power 5. Okay, please put the 0, then 0, x power 3, whatever that's missing degree, right? Can you please substitute with a plus 0? Okay, then 36x squared plus 53x. Now, okay, the purpose of having 0 is so that it's easy for you to track. I'll show you how it looks like later. Everything should be at the same columns. All the x power 5 and all the x power 4, all will be at the same column with respect to each other. So this one also, please have a 0 x because that 0x is missing. Okay, now first I need to multiply by x squared. So down here I will have x power 5. Okay, then usually I'll put my finger here when I was doing. Then I will have minus 3x power 4. Then I'll put my finger here, I'll multiply, I will have 0x cubed. And then I will have 4x squared. So I will have 4x squared. Okay, now for the 0, you can don't put, you can skip. But at least everything is in the right order, it's in the right column. Okay, so the zeros in front is very important when you start. But as you are writing, you feel that, wow, I don't want to write so many things. So you can skip it if it's a 0. So I have a 0x cubed, right? I skip this space, but I will write the x squared under here. Is that clear? Okay, I will have 3x power 4. Okay, when I minus, please check. Please check how. There's nothing to bring down, right? So just leave it. If you want to, you can put a 0 also. Okay, let's put a 0. Okay, for easy tracking purpose. So for here, I will have negative 40x squared. Okay, and always remember, you must bring down one term. Always bring down one term. And then this one, I will have plus 53x. Now, how do I remember? You just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Every time it will be the same as the number of terms in your divisor. All right. So next one I will need is to get 3x power 4. So I need to plus 3x. Okay, so again, I'll put your finger. I'll do this first. That will give us 3x power 4. Then I'll do this. I will have negative 9x cubed. Negative 9x cubed. Then here, it will be 0, right? I can skip this. And then I'll do this, 12x. And please, again, put it under the x. Okay, now when you bring it down, every term must bring down. So I will have 9x cubed, must bring down, right? This is what I mean just now. Minus 40x squared. Okay, now for this, I will have, so I will have plus 41x. And again, bring down plus 18. So everything must be at the same column. Okay, finally, I will have to plus 9. I will have 9x cubed. You put your finger here. Just make sure that you do everyone. Minus 27x squared. You can skip. Plus 36. Do it here. Because it's a constant. And finally, I will have negative 13x squared. Bring down. Plus 41x. Okay, in case I forget. Okay. This minus this will be minus 18. Okay, so that is done for our long division. Now the quotient, you don't have to worry how. The quotient, we are not going to use it because this is not the part that is going to become a partial fraction. This one is really, don't have to worry. Okay, the thing that we have to worry about is actually the one in blue. It is the remainder. Okay, the remainder quite long. All right, the remainder over the divisor. Now, I'm not going to write this as a divisor, okay, because part 1 already factorized, right? So I will use the divisor as x minus 2 square x plus 1. So the next part of the lesson now is I need to break this into partial fraction. Okay, so partial fraction, so this is like a side working. You can write it at the bottom of side working. I like to do side working, right? So this is the side working. Okay. I will share something with you after this. Okay, let's break it into partial fraction, which is a over. Okay, I put x plus 1 first. Okay, it's okay. Yeah, you can put x minus 2 first, also okay. B over x minus 2, c over x minus 2 squared. So I will have negative 13x squared plus 41x minus 18 equals to a. Yeah, whatever is missing at the denominator, put it at the numerator. Okay, then the b.
X plus 1, x minus 2.
Yes. And then the c. Can you all do this like what I am doing immediately? So let x be equals to 2. This is the first thing I saw. So I let this be 2. 12 equals to, this will disappear. The reason of choosing 2 is to make the a disappear. Then the b also disappear. And then I have 3c. C equals to 4. Yeah, correct. C is 4. Okay, done. Next. Let x be negative 1. Okay, what's on the left hand side? Negative 72. So this will become negative 3 squared, which is 9. So I have 9a. Oh, good. This one disappeared. And then this one disappeared. So a will be equals to negative 8. Easy peasy. Okay, first you must understand I want b. So let's try x squared. Alright, because there will be a x squared here, right? Let's try x squared. It's not necessarily you choose just x squared. You can choose other coefficient. But usually we choose the one that we feel may be the easiest. So this is seems like easy. Because there's only one x squared inside there. Alright, the x squared will be negative 13 equals to, the a will have an x squared here, right? So I will have negative 8. Okay, done already. There's only one x squared, which is ax squared here, only one. So done already. So, but we need to settle this, which is your bx squared. So I have a b. And finally, here, have or not? X squared, any x squared here? Don't have. So therefore, b equals to negative 5. We should have negative 8 over x plus 1. Now the order does not matter as long as for x plus 1, the top is negative 8, the numerator. Then for x minus 2, the numerator should be negative 5. So some of you will put the negative here and then the 5 here. It looks nicer. And finally, plus 4 over x minus 2 squared. Are we done?
No.
Not yet. We need to now change it back to x squared plus 3x plus 9. So now you see why is it good to have a side working? I can just continue after that, right? So I will now change it to minus 8 over x plus 1 minus 5 over x minus 2 plus 4 over x minus 2 squared. And that's how we change an improper fraction to a partial fraction. Okay, you can start with it.